The what?
LUO people, they belong to Israel. Because even this queen picked LUO from King Solomon, they were even Israel. The same language. From Ethiopia there. From
Sure.
Ethiopia.
Wow.
Uh,
So the LUO are descendants of King Solomon,
King
the son
Solomon,
of David
David,
of Israel.
Israel. So which means now people, they are Israel people. They know even, you see, when they were from their migration, they were wise and they can even, like we have.
Guys, we are going to learn about the origin, the true origin of the LUO. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Why am I excited? Because I already have a hint. He has told me, he has given me a hint. So let's learn the true origin of the LUO, where these guys truly came from. You know, if you know migrations and all that, most of the tribes in Uganda have their origins. So let's get to learn the true origin of the LUO. Okay?
I'm called Ogwal Samuel.
Ogwal Samuel.
Ogwal
Mr. Ogwal Samuel is
I'm already married to Passion, and my wife is called Molly Ogwal.
he is married to Molly Ogwal.
Yeah. We can even start by saying that LUO migration, they started with the King Aseva. King Aseva, he went to a Solomon just to visit Solomon to learn how the message there that he has got, that that man is very talented. He has a lot of wisdom. So King Aseva from Ethiopia went to King Solomon with a lot of questions, and she wanted to learn how this man can even answer the question.
Yes.
And she asked him a lot of questions, and actually the man answered it all. So she wanted just to pick something from him, because when she went to King Solomon, she doesn't want just to leave that wisdom with him only. He wanted just to come with that wisdom.
Yes.
So that is why she went when she was even ready to get pregnant, or to just to conceive. And when he took the gift to King Solomon, King Solomon also asked the queen in verse 13, that if you have anything that you want, you can even ask, I will give you. That is why
That was King Solomon telling Queen Sheba
just to ask anything that she can
that she
even
wants.
she want. And you know, with King Solomon, he doesn't even mind about the women. If you go to her, to him, when you are beautiful, she doesn't want just to leave you, because that one is a part of the wisdom that he have also.
So he was so wise that he even knew how to deal with women.
Because you see, a king is just a queen to come to your area, and when people added the message that this king has even played sex with this this queen, it is very good just to get it. And this king played sex with the queen, and the queen was even pregnant. He went back to Ethiopia.
Queen Sheba was from Ethiopia.
From Ethiopia.
Guys, by the time I'm hearing this story, I've not yet read the Bible deeply, but I'm getting the all details from him. I'll also go back and read my English version and then follow up with the story. So Queen Sheba was from Ethiopia. So she goes back to Ethiopia after visiting Solomon.
That is. And after she delivered a son.
A son.
A son. He delivered a son, and they stayed in Ethiopia for a long time even. For their numbers even increased. So when the king was
the descendants of this son, the son of Solomon by Sheba,
by Sheba. So their numbers increased.
Yes.
And after the death of the queen, because you see, with the wise people, they are talented.
Yes.
and they can even wanted just to manage everything in this area, that area.
Yes.
That is why those people from Ethiopia, they were not even happy because of the wisdom of that child. Those children was having a lot of wisdom that King Solomon was having.
Yes.
That is why from Ethiopian there, they started just to say, how can these people manage us here? Because they pretend that maybe they are wise enough. Let us also chase them away. Because when we allow them just to stay there for a long time, they will even conquer this area all, and this area will be theirs. That is why they say what the Luo people from there.
So these the Luo people, the ones you're calling Luo people, they are the descendants of the son of Queen Sheba.
Queen Sheba.
So they had grown so big that they were starting to dominate in Ethiopia.
In Ethiopia.
Okay.
So they started when the Ethiopian people chased them away. They started just to migrate. They passed from Sudan, and other groups remain in Sudan there.
So you mean there are some Luo in Sudan?
In Sudan, and they passed, and others went like in Koromojo here. This is another group also which stayed in Koromojo. And again, the Luo group were even just passing because they were big in the number, and that is why from near Koromojo we have this Iteso.
Yes.
We have the Iteso. This one is another group of what? Of Luo. And we have Lao people.
So let me ask,
Lao groups.
Are there, for example, just to understand, because it says the Itesots are like, we're part of the Luo. Are there some words you share in languages? For example, if an Itesot speaks, are there some things you can pick as a Luo?
Yeah, we can, for them, when they are speaking, we can even hear it.
Hey.
And for us, when we are speaking, they can even hear it. That is why other part in the Luo here, we can even talk the same language that those people from Koromojo, they can even hear it.
Yes.
And from Itesho, they can even hear it.
Okay.
And other groups also pass from Uganda to Kenya.
That is why there is the Luo of Kenya.
And we have Jaluo.
Jaluo.
When we talk of Jaluo, that is people. Jo is people. People. When we
Jo is people. So Jaluo. So the people of Luo.
People of Luo.
Okay, now I get.
When we talk of Jaluo, that is people from the group of Luo people. Yeah, that is why we can even say all the language. I think maybe one day when maybe they can even budget that let us meet together. And I remember one day certain women came from Luo, from Kenya there, and we met in a group, and we started just to speak our language. We said that these people can even speak our language even
so
well.
So you guys were sharing language between the Luo of Uganda and the Luo of Kenya.
Either maybe some part can even pass, because even in Uganda there, when we were even passing from like in Sudan, people from that place was not even empty. They were having Sudanese people. They were having Sudanese people, and in Uganda here, when Luo even stayed in we have Luo district in Luo in Lao here, we have Lira, we have a Lepton, we have Apache, and all these districts, we all share the Lao language. And others like Koromojo there, they have the district that they can even share the language. Okay. So when we reach to them, and maybe like some group, maybe we can even share it together, like in a market. When we share the same market, we can even speak the same language. When I'm asking, maybe that you give me this thing, they can even understand.
Wow. So you're the same.
We are
same origin.
The same origin.
So you said as they were migrating from Ethiopia, some settled in Sudan.
Some settled in Sudan.
and others continued in Uganda, others broke off to Kenya. So in Uganda, because the only part I remember in school, we used to study the LUO migration.
Yeah.
The migrations in Uganda. There was the LUO migration, but I don't remember it very well. But one thing I remember is somewhere that they settled in present day Pakwach.
Yes.
That is in the history of Uganda.
That is
So let me ask, does even now, as of today, is Pakwach part of Lango region?
It's there also.
Is Lango region?
Lango region is there.
Okay.
And I'm also telling you that there are other people. They are still remain in that Ethiopia. Not, the Luo people, not all of
origin,
them,
yes.
not all of all the people migrated.
Some
remain
stayed
there. So when you go to Ethiopia, you can even get Luo people there.
They speaking the same language
they speak the same language from Ethiopia there.
Sure.
From Ethiopia.
Wow. So the Luo are descendants of King Solomon, the son of David of Israel.
So which means Lao people, they are Israel people. They know, even you see, when they were from their migration, they were wise, and they can even, like, we have other things that we cannot even eat. Because
as the Luo.
Because they were even God's people. They know how to keep the when we talked about the Sabbath. Do you know the Sabbath?
Yes.
Yeah, when we talked about the Sabbath, they know how to keep the Sabbath well. They know how to keep the Sabbath well. That is why I'm talking here. I'm a Luo also. I know how to keep the Sabbath well. And when you read from the Bible, those are the people from God. And God loves them too much. And that is why God gave them wisdom to manage everything.
There has been an argument going on that Israel, not an argument, okay, history says Israel was part of Africa.
Yeah, that is why.
Because they just broke it off, but it was part of Africa.
When you see, even when they said part of Africa, even Luo can live in part of them.
Because if you say, according to explanation you've given, that the Luo were descendants of the son of Queen Sheba, whom she begot with Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel.
That is. And you should even notice that one. I think this is a good thing that we should even learn. And Luo people, when they are even around here, some of them maybe they are forgotten because of what they are now. Some of them are drunkard people this time, of which they can even forget just to know where we migrate.
They don't know their origin. And that is the problem with most of us in Africa.
Yeah.
We don't delight in our origin. We let other people tell our story. In that, long ago it used to be that our great grandfathers used to tell the young generations how they came to those places, like their origin. But these days that information is not shared. So we let other people share our story, and every time the lion doesn't tell its story, the hunter is always exalted. Okay? Other people are telling you came from here. How can someone from Europe tell you where you came from?
Yeah, what is killing us this time enough is just to stay. Well, you see, for us, Luo, when we stay somewhere, we wanted just to be like those people. We forget about who we are.
Yeah.
We wanted just to learn. Maybe when I stayed in Kenya, I wanted just to speak Kiswahili only. I want just to forget about my language. When I stayed in Luganda, I want to speak like a Luganda. I wanted just to forget mine.
But that is general with all Africans. When they go everywhere, that's how we are living our culture. Wherever they go, they want to copy the things of those people. Yet that some things are not our culture.
Not our culture.
Yes.
We should even learn to manage our culture just to grow up. But we are now killing it there.
Wow.
Thank you.
The Luo are from Israel. They are descendants of Israel.
And this one, when you read in the First King, chapter 10,
yes,
can even tell
that is when
story.
Queen Sheba visited King Solomon.
Yeah, you can even learn it more, because this Queen Sheba was very. He has a wisdom also.
Yeah, she was also very wise.
Wise, because for a queen just to learn something from a distance, and he wanted just to pick something from there. Yes. It's not even easy. It's not easy thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am so humbled that you even chose to share with me this
Yeah, I didn't
this
know.
origin.
I didn't know that you were even coming, but I've just sketched it. Maybe you see with this one, I can even maybe my language I can even mistaken just to speak other language that cannot even rhyme it well. But I think you can even forgive me.
It's
But
okay.
I
I
think
understood.
you can even learn it more
Mm.
because it was even not easy to get this thing. I think.
I understand. So let me ask you a question. How did you get to know about your origin? From who and where and when did you learn that the Luo came from Ethiopia?
This one through answering just question and even reading the books, Bible, and questioning other our tribes there, all the people. That who are you? Where have you come from? I wanted just
You
to
were
know
talking with the elders.
elders people. I wanted just to know their origin. They can even when they started just to tell those stories, you know that hey, we have come from this way, this place, this
Yes.
place. So they are the one who gave us that wisdom just to know where we migrate from.
Where you from? The elders.
The elders people, they are the one who taught us about it.
Wow.
Because long time when we shared together, we stayed together, we have all those stories where they have come from, their cultures, even them where they have migrated from, that we can even learn from there. That is why this time maybe we are the one who can give our knowledge to our children.
Yes.
We don't even stay with our children together.
They're always in boarding schools.
They are staying in boarding school, and they can even stay in a far distance, of which we don't have time just to ask questions.
Yeah, we're chasing after money. There's no longer time for kids to relate with parents and grandchildren and grandparents.
I think one day my child also asked me that who is your father? I even answer my father. And who is the father of your father?
Hey,
And
your child was asking.
Asking me. The boy is in senior one now. He stepped to four steps of
Who is the father of your father's father?
Father. I was even stuck there. So I said, I confused him. I said that, I will go and buy for you a biscuit. But I want to stop there so that I go and learn from my father also. I learned that one. So when I learned that, to the first step of my grandfather, so I learned that.
You learned up to the fourth generation because the kid asked you.
And then I come and even explain to him.
Yes.
I said, this is one, this is one, this is one. And he also understood. I said, yeah.
Wow.
Because we learned something through asking the question.
The question, yes.
Yeah.
And that question will be asked when there is time. If you give me time, I ask you. But these days, the parents don't have time for children.
They're busy
And they are pushing them school and all that. So when they come back, they don't talk anything to do with who we are.
Yeah.
They talk only school, what, those things.
Like we have some parents who are headmaster and others are working in other districts. They can even go and stay there when the children are staying in the village.
Yeah.
And they don't have even time. When they are coming, they can even come in the weekends.
I get
Only
you.
2 days when they are busy even with the big people, not sharing with these children.
That's why me have made it a point. I want to travel as much as I can. I learn about the origin of the people in that area. That's why when you were telling me about it, I was so interested. So interested because I'm one person who loves culture and I love preserving culture. That's why when you started telling me about it, I was so passionate about it.
Very good.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you too.
You get okay.
Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm so humble. I love knowing the origin. I love knowing the origin. And just Mr. Gwal here has just done me so good. Done me so good. I hope you also learn. Me have taken my portion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.